I use this one trick to save money in my DTF business. All right, what you're gonna need to get started is some blank or already used DTF film. Let's go ahead and load it in through the powder hopper. And now you're just gonna try and grab the other end and get it up here. And you just go ahead and kind of leave that there so it's not going anywhere. And then here with the other end, you're gonna feed this down just a little bit so that you can get it through the dryer and then start feeding it in through the dryer. You guys ask me all the time in the comments, like, how do we actually load our film through the DTF printer? So this is something we have to do every morning because at the end of each day, you guys know we cut our DTF film and then run it through the dryer at about the same pace that the DTFs would normally print. And doing that just allows us to get the prints that were just printed right here, moved through the dryer, powdered, and cured all here at the end. But obviously that means when we come in the morning that we have to somehow get the film from here down to the other end of the dryer. So what we do is we take some of our excess film, some maybe that's been used or just excess film that we have lying around in the shop, and do what we just showed, kind of loading it through one side of the dryer here and then loading it through the other side, making us so that we can easily now go ahead and just take some adhesive. You can basically use kind of any adhesive that works best for you. We've used blue tape in the past, but these pink stickers work pretty well. These are just like heat transfer tapes, or I'm sorry, heat transfer labels that you would normally use in like a label printer. So these work really well, but doing this allows you to, otherwise you would have to possibly run another, 7 feet of film through your dryer and just waste that film. And depending on how much you're paying for film, that could end up costing you, especially if you have more than one DTF printer. Every single day you got to spend that cost just running the film through the printer, and then that is just wasted cost. So doing this allows you to not only save some money, but just also save you some time, since like that doesn't take you very long to actually load the DTF film and go ahead and get it attached. So yeah, when it actually does come to the adhesive that you want to use to make the connection with the films, that's going to depend on what works best for you. It's going to depend on your film. It's going to depend on a lot of different factors. Then you're just going to want to kind of try and experiment. I like these right now. These work pretty well, especially with this film combination that we have. If you do put it on the print side, because we have a print side and a not print side, if you do print it on the print side, they don't really want to stick the best. So what we do is we typically put a few on the actual back side here with the sticky side still facing up. So we're just kind of getting ready for the film to come through, and we'll just go ahead and put a few, maybe like 4 on the actual underside of the film. And we find that these work usually the best, and these are the ones that actually are doing the holding work when it comes to the connection. So now we can come back with our actual film. So this is the one that we just ran through the dryer, and it's the same film, so it's the exact same width. You can just go ahead and easily line it up. You do just want to make sure that your film is orientated the right way in the dryer. And go ahead and line it up. Make the connection. And boom, just like that. Make sure that you get that all orientated right going through your dryer. Now here is the actual film that is connected to the dryer that I just ran through. So that one's actually on top of the printer film. So now we're just going to come through with some more of these pieces of tape. You can really use any tape you want. It just all depends. So I did like this heat resistant tape before. This is the same one that you would use like for heat transfers, heat on your heat press or whatever. This stuff works okay. I'm just really liking these right now. It's nice and easy. They're already cut to basically the perfect length. So I'm just going to use these to come over top on the film and make the connection on top, just to like do what it's worth, kind of secure it the best I can. You do have to be careful too of this connection when you're running it through the dryer and you have the powder shaker on, because you can have problems where like the tape will fall off and then everything will just roll through. And then for us, we have that sensor in the actual dryer, which if it detects any film, just continues advancing it through the dryer. So it'll just keep on going through, and you'll basically ruin everything that you did and all of the work that you've put in actually running the film up here and making the connection. So typically what we do is, I'll show you guys in a second, but we'll run the film down a little bit after here on the connection point, so that after it does get into the point where it's in the dryer, we can go ahead and turn off the actual shaking and just let it pass through without any shaking, just to give it honestly the best chance it has when it's going through the dryer. So like, as for how many you want to use, again, it's up to you. These things are cheap. My time isn't the most cheap, so I like to use a lot and make sure that it doesn't come off. Because when it comes off, not only am I potentially losing prints because these ones are going to be messed up, but I am definitely losing time. And it's just, you can't have your production go down. So just use as many as it takes in that case. But yeah, that's basically it. So the film is connected. So back here on the dryer end, we have our hold down bar obviously connected, and that's just been keeping the film connected here so that it doesn't fall back through in the actual dryer. And yeah, it's just basically good to continue. So now with the dryer all set up, we can go ahead and get the printer going for today. But first, I do want to do that thing that I was talking about, where I actually moved the film down just a little bit. So here I am taking new film from the printer. That is one of the downsides, but I'm just moving it down slightly, maybe like 12 inches, 14 inches, and giving it so when it does come in here to the powder shaker, that the powder shaker doesn't potentially break off this connection here, and everything's just good. It saves hassle. So that's how we do it. That's how we connect our film. If you guys have any questions, like if you guys do it differently and the way we've been doing it is stupid, please let me know in the comments. I would love to know. I would love to have our processes improved. And the more information that you guys share is the more information I can put out on this channel, and we can all learn together. So please, if you guys do know a better way, I would always love a better mousetrap, but this is the way that we currently do it. It works for us. We've been doing it this way for like 3-4 years. I'm looking at the camera operator who's behind the camera for me. But that's how we do it here at AMS. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it provides some value. If it did, please leave a like down below. Comment anything that you guys want to see more of, and I'll see you in the next video. Check this out.